Now on today's ticket, we have 2 services to complete. The first one being your standard oil change. But on this bike, it's not your standard oil change because there's actually 2 drain plugs. We'll go over that in further detail when we actually perform the service, but the other service we're going to perform today is the easiest one of all time, and that is a rear differential service. But before we do either of those services, the first thing we gotta do is get this thing nice and hot so the fluids flow out nice and easy. So let's go for a test drive. Now that the bike is cooled off a bit, let's start with the oil change. Now this bike sits pretty low, and before I was able to even get a drain pan underneath it, I had to put wood blocks underneath both the rear and the front tire and also underneath the kickstand. That way the bike sits level and I can drain the oil on it. So you may have to do this too. You may have another workaround for it, but this is just what I'm gonna do today. So now the first thing we need to do is remove our oil dipstick fill cap, and this will help the oil drain out faster. Now, as I mentioned before, there are 2 drain plugs on this motorcycle. The first one we're gonna remove is right here. As with every Honda, it's gonna require a 17mm socket to remove the drain plug. Now that that's drained, let's remove the second drain plug. Now the second drain plug is back towards the oil filter, and it is located right here. This should be the bulk of our oil. Now let's loosen our oil filter. And you can use a band wrench for this or whatever you got really. Now that everything's dripping, let's install our front drain plug. Now these are torqued to 22 foot-pounds. Click, click. Now let's reinstall the rear drain plug. And this one is also torqued to 22 foot-pounds. Click, click. Now let's finish by replacing our oil filter. Now here is the part number for our new oil filter. So I do want to fill this up before we install it back onto the bike. And also I want to put some oil around this seal right here on the outside before we install it. Now Honda recommends you use a 10W40 oil with an API classification rating of SF or SG. Now the oil we're going to use today is the Mobil 1 Racing 4T oil, and this is a 10W40, and if we look on the back, this has if you look at our API rating here, it says SN, and with an SN rating, it is essentially the upgraded version of the SF and SG. So the SF and SG have been superseded to the SN number because it has new additives to it and such and has been modified to be better. So this is the oil we're going to use today. That's probably about good. A lot of it might spill out as we try to put it on. So I like to leave it with a little bit of room because obviously some's gonna spill out. So let's go ahead and lube up our seal here and get this installed onto the bike. It spilled a little bit, but not too much. And you don't want to go crazy tight with the filter. You want to go till it mates with the surface and then about another 180 degrees, or even just a quarter turn would be just fine. But now that we have the oil filter on, we can go ahead and clean up underneath and then fill this up with oil. Now in order to check the oil level on this motorcycle, it needs to be on a level surface and in an upright position. And in order to help me do this, I used my Harbor Freight motorcycle jack, and with the blocks of wood underneath the tires, it was just enough to squeak underneath there. And right now we have the bike in a level and upright position. So let's go ahead and fill it up with oil, and then we'll check our oil level. Now the manufacturer says that if the oil has been drained and the filter has been replaced, that this bike should take 3.9 quarts. Now because we already filled our oil filter up with oil before we installed it, I'm going to start with 3.5 quarts. Now we need to install our cap. Now that we've got oil in this thing, let's go ahead and start it and run it for a few minutes. My neighbors ain't gonna like this. When you start your bike, make sure that your oil pressure light goes out and also make sure there's no leaks underneath your motorcycle. We're gonna let it sit for a moment and then we'll check our oil level. Now in order to accurately check the oil level from here, we're gonna need to remove our oil cap dipstick and we're gonna wanna wipe it clean. Now we're just going to insert it back in. That should be as far as it goes. Now we're gonna pull it back out and check where we're at. It has been sitting for about 15 minutes. I think the book says 10 minutes, but we are pretty close to that line. If you can see, I'm gonna recheck it. So I'm gonna wipe it clean. Then again, it says to just place it in, pull it out. As you can see here, a little better view. About 3/4, maybe a halfway up on it. So I'm gonna add small amounts until we reach the top line here. And it looks like we are right on the money. Put your cap and dipstick back in and tighten her down and you're good to go. Now that the oil change is done, let's do the diff service. Now in order to do this rear differential service, the bike needs to be on level ground and on its side stand. Now just like with our oil change, we're gonna need a 17mm socket and a ratchet for this service. Now this is the rear differential assembly on our bike. This is the fill plug and this is the drain plug. To do this service, the first thing we're gonna wanna do is break our fill plug loose first. That way it allows airflow in for when we pull our drain plug loose, which will help the fluid flow out much faster. So let's go ahead and break our fill plug loose, then we'll remove our drain plug. And we'll remove the drain plug. We're gonna go ahead and put some fresh fluid in it. So let's pull our fill plug. Now we have everything cleaned up, let's go ahead and reinstall our drain plug. And like before, you can probably reuse the gaskets. All right, now let's go ahead and torque that to spec. Now that the drain plug is tight, let's fill it up. Now in order to make filling this a little bit easier, I placed a wood block underneath the kickstand to hold the bike upright a little bit more. That way when we go through our fill hole right here, it'll go in a little bit easier. And then to check the level, we'll remove the wood block right here so it's sitting on the kickstand on the ground. That way any of the excess fluid will drain out so it's level. And once the fluid is drained pretty much all the way out, we'll put our cap back on, tighten it up, and we'll be done. So today I just chose the regular 80/90 weight gear oil made by Lucas. It is heavy duty, high performance, and if it's good enough for NASCAR, it's good enough for me. All right, now that it looks like our fluid is at the level mark in here, we're gonna go ahead and remove that wood block from our kickstand. Now once this excess fluid runs out of here, we can go ahead and put our fill cap back in place. There we go, now it's dripping out. And that completes our service. All right, we completed all the services. We got our oil change done. We got our rear differential service done. Now you know how to do it. Both super easy to do, and they do not take much time at all. And I honestly recommend doing the rear differential service every time you do an oil change. You have so much fluid left over from the bottle, you might as well do it. But with that being said, if you made it through this whole video, please comment, let me know what you think. And if you made it through and you enjoyed what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe for future videos. But until next time, peace.